Fantastic. So we're recording. Thanks, Kate.
Awesome. Well, thank you and welcome everybody to this is Jen and myself. This is our launch for our new business going forward. And we actually, more than anything, before we get into anything too heavy, we just want to share our journey so far and what we've experienced and the things that we've overcome, our background and how relative it is to where we are today. And, I think to myself, the most important thing is that the journey that we're on is a complete experience every single day of our lives. And the one thing that Jen and I have learned more than anything else, and that is the word value. And that's what I want to talk about tonight is value. And that is where we place our value. What value do we have in ourselves? What value do we have in the work that we do? Any form of value that you can think of. I'm going to go through a couple of options now to show you. And if any of you can remember as far back as being a child, I don't know. Hi, Sandy Jones, welcome. When you were a child, do you remember your parents just being your absolute heroes? If anybody can agree to that, if I can just in the comments just say yes, when you were a young child, our parents were our absolute heroes. Absolutely. And then I don't know what happened when I got to my teenage years, because when I got to my teenage years, for some reason, my parents were just the stupidest people on the face of this earth. And I was the cleverest person I knew. And it was a strange turnaround for me, because from them being the absolute heroes, I learned everything from my parents. I don't know where they learned it from. It must have been their parents. And prior to them, it must have been their parents. But suddenly when I became a teenager, I was the cleverest person in the house. I was at school and I was studying and my parents were stupid. And of course, then I went into the working world and I got into the working world and I looked at my parents in a different light again. And I thought to them, well, they're okay, but they really need to get up with the times because things are changing and technology is changing and they need to really get with it. And it's amazing how my view of my parents, because they're the closest things that were to me, my view of them, even though they stayed constant with who they were, my opinion of them and my thoughts of them were changing all the time. And now my parents are elderly and they're a lot older. And all I can say of my parents now is my parents are very special. So from going to a stage of absolute heroism to then thinking that they're absolutely the most ridiculously stupid people on the face of this earth. And then when I started working and I was getting a little bit older, I just thought, well, they should get up with technology. And like I said to you, in these days now, obviously, I'm thinking that they're just very special. But I wanted to ask you guys a question. If you could put it in the chat now, how many of you in your minds have actually lived more than half your life already? Have you lived more than half of your life already? Whatever age you think we're meant to die, I'm never going to die, I'm going to live forever. That's not the point. The point is, do you believe that you have lived more than half of your life already? And whatever your answer is to that, isn't it interesting? What are we going to do with the other part that is left? And for myself, it was a massive wake-up call because Sandy says maybe. Good one, Sandy. It's an interesting one because I look back on how much value I've added to the world, how much value the world has added to me. And a lot of my time, as with most of you, has been spent in the corporate world. And in the corporate world, we are taught to function in certain ways within our jobs. And we all get very good at what we do. And we go robotically day in and day out, and we perform the functions that are there so that we can earn a wage, so we can pay the bills and enjoy a couple of luxuries. But what happens with that is that you sleep X amount of time and you work X amount of time. And then you come home and you have very little time for what I think should be of most value to us, which is our family, our loved ones, our children, if we have them, our pets, if we have them, and that is where we have the least time. So time became a big thing for me in my life because I thought to myself, what is the thing I value most in my life? And it's actually my time. I value my time. And it's one thing I have absolutely no control over. Time just happens. Time just flies. Time just goes by whether we like it or not. So for me, the journey for myself and for Jen, our background is in South Africa. Our corporate world was in South Africa. We had a typical 8-to-5 job, and our lives were full of stress, adrenaline pumping through our veins 24/7, the pressure of the jobs, the incomes that we were getting. Yes, we built ourselves up to some great status positions within a company. And it's so funny when we talk about, we often get it coming up in LV with LifeVantage about the company. Is it a pyramid? Is it a pyramid? I've worked for a pyramid all my life. Every company I've worked for has been a pyramid. There's been a CFO, a CEO, they earn the big bucks. Then there's managing directors, they earn a little bit less, but they earn good bucks. Then you got your financial managers, then you get your sales managers, then you get your normal managers. And then there's us minions working around in sales and bringing in the money. Then you got admin. Then you got a receptionist. Then you have the workshop and you've got the warehouse. Isn't it interesting? If you just close your eyes and you see the hierarchy of that, you could actually paint the picture of a pyramid. And the beautiful thing about what we do at LifeVantage, as much as many would say, is it a pyramid? Is it a pyramid? Every company in my mind is like a pyramid. But with LifeVantage, it is so different because what we have experienced with LifeVantage, I've never in my entire life worked somewhere where I can enjoy health, wealth, and time. You can do it at your own pace. You can enjoy the time with your family. You can even work with your family. You can do it part-time. You can do it full-time. You can just take the product. You can take the product and distribute the product. But the most valuable lesson for me, more than anything, was that I've come to understand how precious time is. And I'm one of those. I've lived more than half my life. So I've got less than half of that left. I want to enjoy the next half, if I have half, and I want to be healthy by doing it. And the products that LifeVantage have to offer us, which Andrea, our team leader, will share with you in a minute, and Jen's journey and Jen's experience as well, the health that we can benefit from by taking the products. Something inside of you is going to want to share that with every single person that you know. We're looking for people that can join our team. We're looking for people that can join us. It's a wonderful family. They're a great bunch of people. I've never, ever had leaders that are there to spur you on, to help you on. For a minute, I just want you to imagine a ship, a cruise ship. And the cruise ship is out on the ocean, and that's your job. You get on the cruise ship, you set sail. We're not quite sure where we're headed because outside and out in the ocean, you can't see a 360, you just see horizon. So you don't know the direction in which you're actually going. But if you think about it strategically, at the top, you've got the captain, and the captain is steering this ship, whether it be the CFO, the CEO, managing director, it doesn't matter. Your entire trust is in that man to guide this ship in the right direction and guide you in the right direction. He's got his crew, he's got his entertainers, he's got his people that look after the entertainment, the catering, looking after the bedrooms. And then all of a sudden, somebody jumps overboard. If the people on the right side of the boat, they'll look over and they'll see that person's fallen over. And you know what they'll say? Who was that? I've never seen that person on this boat before. Did he work here? Was he just cruising with us? Then it goes around the company, the boat, goes around the boat. Oh, that was Michael. Never heard of him. I've never met Michael. I've been on this boat for 8 weeks and I've never met Michael. How sad is that when you work in a big corporate company? You don't even get to know the people that are on that journey with you, to go to a destination that you don't even know where you're going to head up. And that's quite sad. And that's what we experience in the corporate world. So I think with LifeVantage, every single day, we have an amazing CFO who communicates with us. We can communicate with him directly. He inspires us and he trains us and he coaches us. We have leaders surrounding us to show us what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And funny enough, we weren't looking for anything, Jenny and myself. We were looking for nothing, really. LifeVantage found us, and that was through Andrea. And we thank her greatly for that, because we're now on a ship that has direction and includes everybody, and everybody is equal. Another quick story. When we came to New Zealand, there was something so interesting that we learned, that people get paid by the hour. And I thought that was the strangest thing, because in South Africa, we got paid a monthly salary and we were rated on that salary, and it's great. We come to New Zealand and I'm an $18.50 person, and somebody else is a $37.50 person, and somebody else, lucky enough, is a $50 an hour person. And I would say to Jen, isn't it an amazing thing how you can actually judge somebody by, oh, they're only earning $18 an hour. They can't be worth much. They're earning $50 an hour. My goodness, they must be amazing. You just go to social gatherings and the typical conversations are, where do you work? Where do you live? What do you drive? In Australia, it's what boat you got. And I find that so sad, because we're actually all equal. And again, back to Life Vantage. The equality amongst this company is absolutely incredible. That's my journey. Jen has her journey, and I'd love Jenny to share what her journey is. We're partners in crime with this. So Jenny, if you'd like to share your journey, I just want to thank you guys for your time. I hope any of that did make some value, add some value to you. Over to you, Jen. Can you unmute, Andrea?
Yeah, there are unmuted. Thank you, Katie. I'm not as well spoken as you, as everybody knows. I was a committed, loyal employee working in the corporate world for 28 years, as Katie told you. Extremely fast-paced and aggressive, a very, very stressful lifestyle. My passion is peace, tranquility, safety, and sustainability. Fear, insecurity, and lack of hope was consuming me. I was aging by.
Sorry, Jen, we've gone a bit frozen. Is everybody else frozen, or is it just on my side?
I think it's just Jen.
Oh.
Is it just me?
There you are.
Yes, you
said fast paced.
She's still a little glitchy. Can I make a suggestion? Because this is super awesome. Just call Jen into the same room as you, leave her computer where she is, and let her tell us the story here.
Jen, do you want to come here?
Yep. It's the internet connection. No? Sorry, I got a bit of a glitch of the nerves as well. I'm really not used to this.
Take a deep breath, because your story is so empowering. I'm literally on the edge of my seat.
Thanks, Andrea. Yeah, as I was saying, it's 28 years in the corporate world in South Africa. It was extremely fast-paced, aggressive, stressful, traveled long distances in traffic, early in the morning, late at night. My passion, I'm peaceful. I like tranquility, safety, and sustainability. Fear and insecurity, lack of hope was consuming me back in South Africa, and I was aging daily. When we got to New Zealand, well, we've been here 3 years, Katie was kind enough to allow me to be a home executive. And yeah, for a very long time of the 3 years, I just couldn't get myself back together. I couldn't believe I'd operated in the corporate world for so long and under such pressure. And then fairly recently, along came a dear family friend and offered us the most fantastic health and wellness product. And she also explained how we could do business in a different way. And that really gave me hope, and started taking the product, and suddenly I had more energy. I had a clear mind. I'm speaking in front of people, which I would never have done. And it's been a hell of a journey. And all I can say is everything I've learned on our new journey is that not to be complacent, to be grateful always, and to remember where we've come from. That's about it for me. Come, Katie, you back.
I think just to end off before we hand over to Andrea, if I could ask you another couple of questions, if you don't mind. And that refers to what you do. It's not what you do. It's why you do it. It's not what you say, it's why you say it. And it's not what you're feeling right now. It's why you're feeling that. Funny enough, it's not what you're buying right now. It's why you're buying it. And contra to that as well, it's not what you're selling right now. Why are you selling it? If you can ask why to everything that you do in your life, and you can answer yourself, it's very empowering. Very empowering. Why do you do what you do? We're here to build a dream, and Life Vantages help us realize this dream. And Andrea, you've been amazing. You're a great coach, and we know that you're going to take us places. You're going to take us to great heights, and we love you dearly.
Whew. I don't know how I'm going to come back from this without crying. And I'm not an uber emotional, like I am emotional and sensitive, but wow, I've got goosebumps on my entire body. And I don't even know that I want to get into too much about the product and the science behind the product, because what we have is mind-blowing. But what you've just shared right there is exactly the core of why. Why are we here? Why are we passionately sitting in this Zoom room at, it's 7 o'clock Friday night for me. It's 9 o'clock Friday night for you guys. Why have we gathered here? Because what we have is shaking up the world, undoubtedly. And it takes people with guts like Jenny that has just said where she was with no hope, going, what have I got to lose? I'm just going to try this product. I'm just going to jump in with 2 feet and go, this business makes sense to me. I'm going to give it a go. That takes balls when you're down on the ground. The turnaround I've seen in Jenny, and I haven't even met them personally yet, and I just can't wait to do that. The turnaround I've seen in the person that's faced me in all these Zooms that we've had outside of the Zoom tonight is a 180-degree turnaround. And the only reason why I became so passionate about sharing this product is because this product changed my husband's life. That's a huge story, which I'm happy to tell anyone at any time. It is mind-blowing, but I was going to be less than 40 and a widow with 2 children and a bricks and mortar business here that we have in Australia without a husband if it wasn't for this product. So as grateful as Kate and Jen look to me and say how grateful they are to me for what I have done for them, I look up at other team members, thanking them for making the decision and saying yes, going out and searching for this. And I wasn't looking, I didn't know where to look. I was just praying for some kind of miracle for my husband, and it landed in my lap. I was not at all inclined to do the business because I was thinking, first of all, I was too busy. But when I found out it was network marketing, I was dead set against it. I actually cried. To be quite honest, I cried. I was like, I can't believe it. I found the miracle pill and it's network marketing. And I only felt negative against network marketing for what other people had told me. I'd never experienced it in my life. I hadn't been involved in a company or anything. But I decided one day, because I'm the kind of person that says, you know, if my parents said, speaking about your parents, oh, that's hot, don't touch it. I'm like, okay, I'll touch it and see for myself. It's the kind of person I am. I'm not susceptible to peer pressure. I don't listen to other people. So I did my due diligence. I found out about network marketing for myself, and I got ignited. And I realized very quickly that this was going to change my life and the future of my family as well. Because remembering my husband was unable to work with me, we had a business that we've run together. We've now had it 11 years. If he's not available, the business can't work. I can't do what we do together. How would I ever earn and raise children? We have since traveled Australia for a whole year. We took a whole year off. My husband had a whole year's break from work. I ran both businesses on the road while traveling, having the time of our lives. And we've set the precedent for my family now at a bar so high that I know no business that I ever buy will ever make that grade if it isn't this business, or certainly this business model. If you don't know anything about network marketing, look it up. Ask us. We'll teach you what to look for, even if it's not our business. We will help you, give you the facts of what you look for. We're not here to tell you have to be a part of this business. We're here to tell you how to value yourself. Take control of your life. Take control of your future. Take control of what your beliefs are of yourself, and what your beliefs are of what you can and can't have in the future. Because undoubtedly, what you think is not true. Unless you've been involved in this uplifting environment before, I've never experienced something as uplifting as this. I'm not the person that I was 3 or 4 years ago. This has been the best pivotal moment of my life, coming out of the worst situation as well, which is so interesting. I see that with Jen as well. Coming out from the lowest point. She had a life buoy thrown. She had a choice. Does she take it, or does she continue to feel that sorrowful, I don't know how I'm going to go? No. You make a decision in that moment. You grab the buoy, and boy, oh boy, that buoy has turned into a hot air balloon. We're floating on the top of the earth. We connect every day. We chat all the time. We've created a family. We've become a part of a movement. And there is space in this movement for you as well. So I'm not even going to go into NRF2 activation and all the fabulous things we have, but I'll tell you quite categorically, very quickly, we're a NASDAQ traded company. That speaks volumes. Our flagship product alone is what built massive businesses, massive life changes in America before we got all our other wonderful products. We only need to focus on that one. There isn't anything else like it in the world. It is backed by science, and it does something magical inside your body. So if you are a breathing, living organism, a breathing, living mammal, you need to ask us how we can help you feel better. We can help you feel better, we can help you live better, and we can help your future generations. That's all I'm going to say, because we want to show you how we value each other and how we can value you, and you can then go and show other people as well. If this makes any sense to you, because it makes so much sense to me that I can feel the energy filling I'm on fire right now. I could probably talk for an hour. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it at that. And if you're interested in talking to anyone afterwards at any time, we'll jump on a Zoom anytime and talk you through any qualms you have, or welcome you to the crew, because we want you in. Isn't that right, Kate?
Absolutely.
I'm going to stop the recording, because otherwise I'm probably going to cry. This was the most powerful Zoom I've ever been involved in. If you don't know how true that we are right now, then you probably need it more than anyone else, because you're a skeptic who's thinking, why are these people so kind? Why are these people so nice? I was that person too. Why are these people so helpful? I've been in business a long time. I've never had this kind of help before. It's true. These people are so helpful and they are so nice. So we want to wish you a fabulous evening. We hope you got value from this, because that's all we're here to bring. And if you want to know anything more, we encourage you to reach out to us. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Jen. This is amazing.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining.